everybody, I'm Arglefump, and this is the 2019 Nancy Drew Games Mega Marathon. So this is game number 19, The Haunting of Castle Malloy. So this is a very special day for me. It's actually my birthday. I'm actually turning 33 today, and I am spending my birthday playing Nancy Drew games. What better way to spend your birthday?
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew.
Alright, so the premise of this game is that Nancy is going to be a bridesmaid at a wedding.
You want to know When Malloy called me from her home in London and asked me to be your maid of honor, I was a little reluctant. After all, I hadn't seen her since she stayed with us as an exchange student a couple of years ago. But when she told me the wedding is going to take place
Nancy's the maid
in an
of
old
honor.
castle in
Wow,
Ireland,
Nancy's the most important bridesmaid.
The wedding will be very small, but Kyler still needs help with all the final preparations.
It's bridesmaid, not bridemaid, right?
I don't know. Early. So I'm going to fly to Dublin, rent a car, and meet Kyler at Castle Malloy.
Sounds good.
She warned me that the place is somewhat in need of repairs, whatever that means.
And that means it's exploded. There, like a bomb went off, and it's exploded.
And I've never even seen a real honest-to-goodness castle, let alone stayed in one.
What do you mean you've never seen a castle? Come on, Treasure in the Royal Tower.
More of an adventure. And you know me, whenever the question is who wants to go on an adventure, my answer is always, I do.
I do. Aww. So, Nancy, when are you going to marry your boyfriend, Ned? The two of you have been dating for, like, 87 years now. Isn't it about time you got engaged? Yeah, so Nancy's the maid of honor, which means she's gonna have to do all the work while Kyler just sits in a room and reads. Oh, come on. Nancy's been to really cool castle locations before, right? She's been to, I forget. Anyway, here's the wedding invitation. Aw, so Kyler Tegan is marrying Matthew William. Ooh, and I get a calling card. That's fantastic. Well, she's been to Manors, too. Blackmore Manor. That was sort of like a castle.
Preparation for our landing. Please make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened. Thank you.
Yep, people are pointing out marriage isn't
So your plane was on time, your luggage arrived, your rental car was waiting, everything went without a hitch?
Yep, and according to Kyler's directions, I'm within 2 kilometers of Castle Malloy. Now stop worrying about me and get over to the Dunhills. What time is it there?
Around 2. The party just started. It's gonna go all day, so I've got plenty of time. Are you driving?
Yes, Ned, I'm talking on my cell phone while I'm driving, but it's okay. There's absolutely no traffic. And I think I see the gates. I gotta go. Say hi to the Dunhills for me and have fun.
Without you? Yeah, right. Take care, Nancy.
Oh, no!
Nancy was so distracted talking on the phone that she crashed her car.
What was that?
Don't use your phone while driving, kids. It's always dangerous. It's never a good idea to use your phone while driving. So let's see. We are here at Castle Malloy, and I believe we could just wander over here all the way up to the castle gates. Yeah, poor Nancy, setting a very bad example for all the people who are playing this game.
Oh, hello, I'm Nancy Drew. I'm here for the wedding.
The wedding's been called off, so go on back to where you come from.
No, wait, please. My car's in the ditch by the gate. I can't go anywhere.
Walk down the road to the inn then. Give me your keys and I'll see to your car in the morning.
I left the keys in the car. Can I at least talk to Kyler?
She's sleeping.
No, wait, I came all the way from the States.
You cannot stay here. Go to the inn, I said. Now off with you.
Please, can I come in just for a minute? Hello? Are you there? Hello?
You might have noticed Nancy didn't use her hands to drive her car. She wasn't using her hands on the steering wheel. You might want to use your hands when you're driving your car, too. That's something you should try to do.
Please, come to the door. Hello?
So, Grumpy Angry Man just kicks us out for basically no reason. I guess he's a grumpy angry man. So we're going to try to get Kyler's attention by throwing rocks at her window. Come on, Kyler, answer the door. There we go. I think we'll eventually get her attention. There we go. We did it.
Deaf are you now? I told you cannot be staying here.
Joel, what are you doing? That's Nancy Drew, my maid of honor. Let her in.
Seriously, creepy, angry old man, you can't just kick the maid of
Matt's
honor out.
Disappeared? How can somebody you came all the way out here with to marry just disappear?
He hasn't disappeared for good. You have to understand, Matt's a bit of a prankster, and the wedding is still days away.
How many days away? Like 3? You don't just disappear 3 days before your wedding.
You mean the wedding hasn't been called off?
Absolutely not. He'll show up. Mind you, it may not be till I've started down the aisle, but he'll show, saying he just wanted to make this a wedding no one shall ever forget.
Why did that man at the door tell me the wedding was off?
That was the caretaker, Donald Delaney. Not Donald, mind you. There's no D at the end, so it's pronounced Donal. That's the way you're supposed to spell it, which is to say that's the way the Irish spell it.
Proud of his heritage, huh?
Indeed. Which would be tolerable if his love for the Irish wasn't accompanied by an abiding distaste for the British. Now, he rather likes me, but that's only because he considers me to be Irish, since I'm directly related to the man who used to own this place. When it comes to my British fiancé, Donald detests him, which is why he was so quick to tell you the wedding's off. He wants it to be off. He came right out and said, if I am to be married in Castle Malloy, it simply must be to an Irishman. Said my marrying a Brit would upset the fairy people, or whatever he calls them.
The wedding is still days away. Just nobody's informed the groom about it yet. Nobody knows about his role. He'll figure it out, don't worry.
Do you have any idea where Matt disappeared to?
No, but I know he didn't go far. The fact is, sometimes I hear him. You know, his voice. It's very faint and muffled, but it sounds like he's calling to me, saying things I can't quite make out. Teasing me, the lout. So I know he's somewhere close by. He'll be here for the wedding. I'd stake my life on it. Of course, I remember well your penchant for solving mysteries. So if you want to give this one a go, by all means do. You could start in the nursery. It's down the hall. That's where Matt had set up his cot and was spending most of his time. Find him, Nancy. Having my maid of honor ruin this silly vanishing trick of his would teach him a lesson he sorely needs.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about this because, you know, now that I've actually been in a wedding and gotten married, I find this storyline so crazy. Like, he disappeared before the wedding, and he's just sneaking around going, "Woo, Kyler, am I here or am I not? You don't know." It's like, that's not a funny prank. That's not good at all. But you know, when I was a single person, you know, playing this game, you know, when I was in college, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That sounds like a pretty cool prank. So, what do you people think? Does this sound like normal behavior on Matt's part, or does this sound like totally crazy behavior on his part?
Someone ran out in front of my car on my way here and caused me to drive into a ditch.
Are you all right?
Me, I'm fine. My car and my cell phone, not so good.
Yeah, my phone's destroyed.
Does it bother you to be here all by yourself?
Actually, Matt's best friend Kit Foley is here too. He set up a cot in the Great Hall downstairs.
Okay, people are agreeing with me. This is kind of crazy, and if it's not crazy, it's just kind of dumb behavior.
When did he arrive?
We all came out together.
What are you doing in here, if you don't mind my asking?
Reading. About myself, in a way. You see, until my grandpapa died and left me this place, not only did I have no idea that this castle existed, but I had no idea my real name was not Mallory, but Malloy. Apparently, grandpapa changed his name 50 years ago, so no one would find out he was Irish.
Why didn't he want people to find out he was Irish?
I think it had something to do with his brother, Brendan, the man who owned this place and was living here when it exploded during World War II. He was rumored to have been a double agent, supposedly doing top-secret research for the Allies, but in truth passing his findings on to the Axis. Not exactly a brother you want people to know about.
If the rumors were true.
Anyway, ever since I found out I'm a Malloy, I can't stop reading about Ireland. So many different people have populated this country at one time or another. The Celts, the Druids, the Gaels. It's all quite fascinating.
All these books were Brendan's?
I can't be certain, but I assume so. He was quite the inventor, I do know that. Everything that remains in this place seems as if it's been tinkered with. Even his daughter's dollhouse, of all things.
Oh yes, that will be a puzzle.
I'll catch you later.
The 5 months I spent living with you, your dad, and Hannah. And Togo, of course. That was a very happy time for me, Nancy. I can't tell you how thrilled I am you're here.
I get to see you again, and I get to see Ireland? I'm the one who's thrilled, believe me. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. I'm your maid of honor, remember?
I haven't forgotten.
Yeah, Nancy's going to have to pay a ton of money to fix that rental car. It was completely destroyed. She is going to owe a ton of money. I think it's probably for the best that Kyler's having happy thoughts. She's just thinking, oh, it's just a prank. She's trying to look positive. She's trying to be positive. Her other option is just to freak out and become a major bridezilla and start screaming and yelling because her husband-to-be is gone. It's like, I think I prefer nice, calm. I prefer her as a nice, calm person. And this is a puzzle which might take forever. It's actually not that bad if you know how to solve this puzzle quickly. I believe we saw this in Nancy Drew Stay Tuned for Danger. Yes, we did. Okay, so we start by building a 3-tower there. That way we can put piece number 4 here. And now we're going to build a 3-tower on top of piece number 4. Yeah, people are wondering. Now people are wondering if Kyler has any other friends. Does she not know anybody else who could have been her maid of honor? This one person that she lived with 4 years ago? Aw, come on. Nancy's a great maid of honor. And we're going to build a 3-tower here. A 3-tower on the left. That way we can move the 4 onto the 5, and we'll just build a 3-tower on the 5, and then we'll be done. That will be the entire puzzle. So how long has Matt been missing? Has he been gone for like a couple of days, or did he just disappear yesterday? I think he's been gone for a couple of days.
This'll come in handy.
I know when I got married, we were told, okay, we have to be there a week in advance, and we've got stuff to do every night that week. And I'm like, a week in advance? What? That seemed like a bit excessive to me. So I mean, like, the bridesmaid came out, you know, the bridesmaid and the maid of honor and the what do you call it, the best man. So they came out like 1 to 2 days before the actual wedding. That was basically it, yeah. So that's how it worked at my wedding. I don't know how it worked at how it works at other weddings.
Whoa, that would have been quite a fall.
So I'm just going to presume that Kyler is the exact same way as my marriage. So she's been here for like 4 days. Matt's been gone for 2. And the wedding's in 2 days. Let's say that. Let's see. We got married... Actually, I don't know. I don't want to answer too many personal questions about myself. This is the internet. There are creepy people on the internet. So that crow dropped this. I think we need to get all of the rings. We need to get all of these colors. I think we're missing some. There's no green or blue or red there, but we need to create a little Irish rainbow. And these are Matt's glasses. So this is where Matt was staying. We were told he was inside. I can't believe he was staying here. This is creepy. Like, why would you want to sleep here? Evil returns to the evildoer? Is that bed even large enough for a grown human? because that looks like a child's bed. Oh, and we got a coin. Okay, great. We got some coins here. Le lapin bleu. So that's the blue rabbit, I think. And then this is a puzzle. So let me try to solve this puzzle legitimately. So the cow is above the pig, and the pig is to the right of the rocking horse. The cat is somewhere to the left of the rocking horse. So the cat is directly above the man. And, oh wait, the knight is directly left of the cat. So the cat is directly above the man. And the woman is directly left of a knight thing. Let's check. Yay! And we got another coin. Yeah, it feels like they could have stayed at a hotel, like a local hotel for the night, rather than this castle. I mean, this is the place where the wedding's going to take place. Yeah, but you know, you don't have to live at the site of the wedding.
I don't think I can jump that far.
Especially when it's a destination wedding, you know? Although this is a really cool castle, and I guess she owns it. They're saving money. They're saving money. Oh, and here's a photo of Kyler. She's like, oh, I'm so much in love with this guy who is not Matt. Who is this guy? It's actually a little bit hard to recognize it, but it's actually this guy.
Hi, you must be Nancy Drew. I'm Kit Foley. Ignore the eye if you can. Walked into a door the other day. Looks worse than it feels. I'm a bit surprised you're still here, given the circumstances.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to recognize him as the guy in the lovey-dovey photo just because he's got a huge black eye. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you?
I'm not sure I fully understand the circumstances yet.
That's because you've only heard Kyler's version of what's going on. Or worse, that daffy caretaker's version. Either way, it's unlikely you've heard the truth.
The truth being...
Matt isn't playing a practical joke, and he hasn't been kidnapped by fairies like Denal claims. He got cold feet and left. It's as simple as that.
Why would Kit even bring that photograph to a wedding? It's like, hey, I'm going to Kyler's wedding. Let me bring the photograph of me and her getting all kissy-kissy together.
Have you told Kyler?
No, I haven't got the heart. Or the guts. Take your pick. I mean, he loves Kyler, but she can be a handful. And he's no pushover either. Their relationship is so tempestuous, it scares him. She thinks once he makes a real commitment, everything will be fine. But he's not so sure. So he bailed.
I don't think the possibility that he walked out on her has even occurred to her.
She's in a raging state of denial, and I, for one, don't see any harm in allowing her to stay that way. I seriously doubt he walked out on her for good. It's just that for Matt, marriage is way too much, way too soon.
How come you sound so American?
Because I am American. My father's VP of International Sales for Krollmeister Incorporated. The company transferred him to London 15 years ago. I've pretty much lived there ever since. I just can't seem to pick up the accent.
When or how did you realize that Matt had disappeared?
Kyler and I went for a walk, came back, and the next thing I knew, Kyler was saying Matt was nowhere to be found.
But when was this? When?
Where did you last see him?
In the nursery. He always seemed to be in the nursery fiddling with things. Whenever I'd tease him about it, he'd always give me this impish little grin like he was up to something. When I checked the nursery and saw that Matt's suitcase and backpack were gone, it finally dawned on me that he had left and he wasn't coming back. Of course, by that time, Kyler had convinced herself that he was simply playing one of his practical jokes, and I couldn't bring myself to burst her bubble, so I didn't.
Ah, so his luggage and such is gone. That makes a lot more sense. Somebody should have mentioned that earlier. Matt disappeared, as did his luggage and everything.
It looks like you're drawing something. Are you an artist?
Me? Not hardly. I'm with a real estate development company. These are just preliminary sketches for a couple of projects we're working on. In other words, I'm doing homework.
Have you ever developed a project in Ireland?
No, but it's just a matter of time. Especially if we got our hands on a tract of land like the one this castle sits on. Ocean view, easy commute to Donegal, bedrock foundation, readily accessible groundwater. That bog's a bit problematic, but a little sand, a little gravel, a little landscaping, voila! A cluster of 6, maybe 8 luxury homes amid a park-like setting that would sell like lightning.
I'll see you later, okay?
See ya.
Okay, so Kit... Okay, so let's see.
I can't just go snooping around, not with Kit right there.
I can't snoop with him right there. That would be rude. Nancy does not like being rude. So I think the money... We need to use money here on Madame Isbael. Costs 3 tokens. Oh no, we're actually going to have to earn money.
I shouldn't go messing with this without permission.
Yep, so we're gonna mess with that later. And wow,
Where are those
something
lights in the
crazy is
tower
happening in
coming
the
from?
tower. Yeah, really, you think if they just like build a wall around the bog so nobody runs into the bog, it might be okay. This is a pretty big land, pretty big property. And let's see, let's check here. So this is the garden. Ah, and the crow is
I
there.
wonder what that crow's doing in there.
Ow! So the crow that took the things from the library, or not the library. Anyway, the room where Matt was staying, the crow's hiding out there. We need to solve the Leprechaun Puzzle. We need to solve the Leprechaun Puzzle before we can get the crow. So, I, Kyler, choose... Oh, can I take a look at that? I want a better look at that. I, Kyler, ask you... No, choose you, Matt, to be my best friend. No, I choose you as my best friend. No, my friend, my love. No, I don't love you. My companion, my love. Not my husband. Through life's trials and will travel celebrations, united in heart and mind. We're not united in soul anymore. No, we get united in soul after the marriage. From our first meet, from the first, you have made me laugh. No, I don't laugh anymore. You've brought laughter to my life. No, you have a truer gift I've known and won. Matt, I will treasure you always with this ring. I give you all my love, my heart. But what am I doing? This is wrong. I need to get an editor. There's no way this sounds right. Yeah, wow. So, that's a pretty intense, some pretty intense vows. It sounds like she's trying to write them on her own, and she just cannot write them.
What's going on?
Have you ever been up in the tower?
Uh-uh. You saw the stairs, or what's left of them. There's no way to get up there.
But there were lights?
I could have sworn I saw lights coming from it.
Perhaps it was the good people come a-calling on their good friend Anal. Or maybe it was just reflected moonlight or something. So if you're thinking Matt's up there, forget it. Ain't no way.
Time for me to scoot.
See ya.
So I know that Kit is the one who gives us the Leprechaun Puzzle. I think we might actually have to call, I forget his name, Alan? We have to call somebody on the phone. I think that's what triggers the Leprechaun Puzzle for Matt. So let's just try to solve that puzzle first, shall we? So fortunately, Nancy has a calling card. Even though she brought her cell phone, she has a calling card. Oh no, I don't have Alan here. Oh no, I can't call him yet. Is his name Alan? I think that's the name of the best man. Whatever, let's meet Denal.
So, you're not so keen on staying at the castle after all, then?
Kyler wants me to find Matt for her.
Come to me for a bit of aid and advice, did you? Well, I've got none to give. Not till I got the day's troubles behind me and a crow's nest in front of me.
So Kyler's the one who gives me Alan's number, so we call Alan to get Kit in order to get the Leprechaun book, in order to solve the Leprechaun puzzle, in order to get the tokens, in order to open up the hidden passageway. You can see we've got a lot of stuff to do.
I don't blame you a bit. I also have no idea what you're talking about.
The mix maid suddenly took ill, leaving poor Seamus on his own, running back and
poor
forth, trying
Seamus.
to mix and serve at the same time. I heard her soon as I walked in, yet here I sit, dying of thirst. I'll do no talking till I get me crow's nest And there's the sorry truth of the matter. But now, were some spry and spunky lass to lend poor Seamus a hand by taking over the mixing for a while, that would surely speed the plough.
So somebody's just asking, Kyler says the cell phone doesn't get reception in Castle Malloy. Nancy's phone was working just fine in the car. Well, there's an explanation for that. Kyler has a really awful cell phone, and Nancy has a great cell phone. That's why Kyler's phone doesn't work.
Sounds good to me. I'll see to it you get your crows whatever, ASAP.
Alright, so...
Gonna play Mixmaid for a while, are you?
Food making,
Well,
hooray!
here's what you're to do. I'll take the orders and put the tickets up here. Each ticket will have no more than 2 drinks on it. And to save time, I draw little pictures instead of writing out their names. The mixing book will tell you which little picture stands for what drink. It'll also tell you what's in each drink and how to make each drink. Now, to pour something, put the silver mixing glass under either the juice tap or the beer tap. Then, press whatever button the mixing book tells you to press. The book will also tell you how many times to press it. If the drink needs blending, you'll see a picture of a blender at the top of the column in the book. You're to put the solid ingredients into the blender first, then pour whatever's in the mixing glass into the blender. Then,
oh, wow. So
press the
this
red
basically
button.
works like
And
the
when
food
blending's
making
done,
puzzle
just reach under the
we've seen in
counter and
previous
find the serving
games.
glass that's pictured in the book.
Like
Put
Last
the
Train to
serving
Blue
glass
Moon
on the grey mat
Canyon
and
or
pour
White Wolf
everything
Bicycle
from the
Creek.
blender into the serving
Basically,
glass.
we're just
If
trying
the
to
drink
make the food the
doesn't
correct
need
way.
blending, just find the right serving glass, put it on the grey mat, and pour everything you've poured into the mixing glass into the serving glass. Then, add anything else the book tells you to add, put the serving glass on the tray to the right of the ticket it goes to, and start fixing the next drink. Soon as you've made all the drinks on a ticket, ring the bell, and I'll serve them.
I'm short-staffed
Just
right
remember,
now. I'll
if the
just let
orders
a
start
random
coming thick
American
and fast,
teenage
and the
girl
tickets
make
start
all
piling
of
up,
the drinks
you're
for
to make the
me.
drinks on the ticket closest to the bell first. Now, you'll be making no mistakes, I'm sure. But if you do, just toss the glass into the rubbish bin down there to the right and start over. Mind you, lass, you must do the mixing fast and proper. The quicker you mix, the more tips you'll be keeping. To work with you now.
Yeah, but seriously, Donal should make his own food. So it looks like first we're going to be making 2 of those crow's nests. So let's see, it's 1 of that, and then 4 of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I cannot see. Is that 1 berry? That is 1 berry. Raspberry. Okay, so it needs some ice. Oh wait, it goes into the mug. Let me drop the ice. It goes into the big mug. We pour it in the mug. We put on the ice. We put on a lime. There we go. So we're going to try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put this in the big mug. Ice and lime.
Another round completed.
Fantastic. So that's how it works. It's not as difficult as the game makes it seem. So 2 of these, 1 lemon, and then 2 orange. Goes into a martini glass with ice. So 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Martini glass with ice. These are obviously fruit drinks. These are not alcoholic drinks. Oh wow, this is a tiny glass. So 1 of those, 2 pineapple, 2 orange. That gets ice and a lemon.
Another round completed.
And I think I'm getting some tips. I like getting tips. And then 8 things of milk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All in a small glass, huh? That's a lot of milk for such a small glass.
You do fine work, miss. All done and dusted, are ya? Thank you, miss. Take what's in the tip jar, and the next time you help out, you can keep the tips then as well.
You make a mean crow's nest, girl. Well done. Now, I'm to tell you what happened to the Sassenach, am I?
I'm sorry, happened to the what?
The Sassenach. The Englishman.
So people are asking, who are all the people inside the pub ordering these drinks because there appears to be nobody here besides Donal? Obviously, everybody is hiding in the corners. They're trying to hide from Donald. He's so scary, they stay away from him.
The one Kyler was supposed to be marrying. Well, what happened to him is this. The she took him. The good people whisked him straight off to their world, they did.
By the good people, you mean fairies?
You'll not be hearing me call him that. All of us have a name we prefer, and with them, the good people it is. So that's what I call him, and you'd be wise to do the same.
I mean, clearly there is a room in the back behind Donald, but if that's the case, why is he sitting out here in the front room where nobody else is? Does he just hate other people and he's hiding in front? It's like, I don't want to be hanging out with other people. I'll be hiding here as far away from them as possible.
Can you prove that's what happened to him?
Can I prove it? Did you see him up there, lass? Does anyone see him now? Gone he is, vanished from the earth. The naught you see instead of him. There's your proof, girl. 'Tis not the first time the good people have seen fit to meddle in the affairs of Castle Malloy. Caused the explosion they did.
Explosion?
Aye, the one that half destroyed the place. The man who lived there in 1944, Brendan Malloy was his name. He was a scientist, charged with making rocket fuel, people say. Only one summer night, something went terrible wrong. There was a flash, like 1,000 lightning bolts. Then a huge boom sent everything south of the library flying towards the sky. Brendan, his wife, Caitlin, used to own this place, she did. Aye, and their little girl, Fiona. All three were lost to the world forever when the place blew. But the blame lay not with Malloy. It was the good people. They'd taken a shine to Fiona, is why. And they knew that little girls, no matter how much they're adored by wee folk or mortals, sooner or later, all little girls grow up and grow old. The good people couldn't bear to see this happen to their beloved Fiona, so they made full sure it never did.
Sounds to me like the good people are actually just the opposite.
They have their ways and we have ours is all. That's just the way of things. Got plans for you, they do.
The fairies? The good people? What makes you say that?
I meant to pocket your car keys for safekeeping on my way over here, but I couldn't find 'em.
You mean my keys weren't in the car?
Aye, that's exactly my meaning. Taken they were. The good people want you to be staying.
That's just strange. I mean, it's strange that Nancy left her keys in the car to begin with, but the fact that that multiple people tried to steal her keys is also strange.
The name of this place. Just what exactly is a banshee?
A woman, one of the good people, as alive as you and me, with wild hair almost as long as the tattered grey robe billowing up around her whenever she appears. Sometimes she takes on the form of a hooded crow. But it's the sound she makes, her terrible wailing, that strikes fear in the human heart. Because when a mortal hears the wail of a banshee, it means someone is about to die.
What?
I saw someone with long hair and a grey robe outside the castle tonight.
Did you know?
It ran across the road in front of me. That's why my car's in the ditch.
Not till I was 54 did I see a banshee. To see one at your age, on your very first night in Ireland. A special lass you are indeed.
I wouldn't say it's special if it's an omen of death.
What would a banshee be doing on a road at night?
Waiting for you, sounds like. Just waiting for you.
Oh, that is so creepy.
I'll let you drink your crow's nest in peace.
Good night to you.
Good night to ya. So, yeah, that's creepy. That is creepy. And yeah, it doesn't look like there's anybody else that's hanging around this place, just Denal. So let's play these games. These games give us toys. Oh, sweet. There's money inside the games already. Nice. So, first we're going to try to get exactly 0. Get exactly 0 while playing darts. Okay, so let's see. Come on, Nancy, you can do this. Like how Nancy has a hard time aiming. Were you sampling some of the fruit drinks, Nancy? Too many of the fruit drinks, it looks like. So now I need to get a 1. And now I need to get exactly 25. So I need to get one of these greens. Come on, go to the left, Nancy. There. Ah! Ah! 'Tis a shame. Let's try again. Come on, Nancy, get more bullseyes. There we go. 43. Gosh, how do I get that in 2 rounds? Let's go with the 20. The outer ring is double, right? Yeah, there's no way I can get that now. So outer ring is twice, inner ring is 3 times. Good, that was a bullseye. That's a bullseye. That's a bullseye. That's a bullseye. And that's 1. I somehow got an Easter egg for that. Wasn't that the goal? I need 0 after all darts have been thrown. My mistake, everybody. So I got an accidental Easter egg? Okay. That's nice, I guess. I wasn't trying to get one of those. So let me just miss these ones on purpose and try to end with 1. Perfect. Okay. Solving that gives me that thing. Yay! When you're just so good at Nancy Drew games, you unlock Easter eggs by accident. Yeah. So difference detective. Okay. We have to find everything which is different in these 2 pictures. That was totally a difference. I was trying to click on that. Let's see. Yeah, this is just cooking on the moon. 4 more. Wow. This is another place where it'd be very good to save your game. Save your game before trying to solve this puzzle. Oh, some people are helping. Okay, thank you, helpers. Gosh, the circular window? Yeah. What's the final difference? Let's see, Earth? Yeah, Earth is rotated. Thank you, everyone. So we need to solve all those puzzles. You can kind of hear people there. Yeah, you can kind of hear all the people in the background talking to each other. Woo! So we did it. We did it. We solved that puzzle. Let's go back inside. Let's solve this puzzle, too. So this is a doll with Matt's wedding ring attached. Creepy. Hey, you! Sheep! What are you doing here? You go on the pen on the other side of the game, okay? Here's the slider puzzle. So the solution to the slider puzzle is over here. It's supposed to look like that. 2 horses looking at each other. Yeah, let's see. I think this is a tricky one. There we go. Is that the bottom left-hand corner correct? I think so. I think these 2 are the upper left-hand corner, so let's move those both to the upper left. There. And now I need to get this piece into place. So where's the missing spot going to go? Bottom right-hand corner, bottom left-hand corner? Yep, it's a slider puzzle. This is definitely a slider puzzle. Well, it looks like these two are the bottom pieces, so let's get those into place. Maybe it's the upper left-hand corner that's missing. Those two pieces need to be swapped around.
It looks like a piece is missing.
Oh, this is a piece that's missing. Okay, I got it. So we're gonna get that missing piece in a moment. And by in a moment, I mean what? 40 minutes? Either way, let's go to Kyler. She should tell us. Now I remember. Okay, I'm remembering. So, I think as soon as we see the printing machine, we can go back to Kyler. Or, you know, as soon as we go downstairs, we can go back to Kyler and she gives us a chore.
Nancy, splendid timing. I just thought of something you can do for me. There's an old-fashioned printing press downstairs. Have you seen it?
It's so big, it's pretty hard to miss.
It came with the castle. My great-uncle Brendan had all sorts of gizmos and gadgets and machinery lying around. Anyway, when I saw the printer, I told Matt why not save some money and print the programs for the wedding right here. Problem is, Matt failed to get them done before he turned into the merry prankster, and since I have the mechanical aptitude of a bacterium, would you mind finishing the job for me? You'd only have to print 3 more sheets, and the plate, the ink, the paper, everything you need is right there.
No problem.
Thank you, Nancy. You're the best.
Yeah, so as soon as you go downstairs, she will be able to give you that chore. And that chore reveals that Alan Payne is the best man. Oh, and here's one of the printing plates. We need to find all sorts of printing plates in order to beat the game. So Kyler is as good at machines as a bacterium.
Alan Payne. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, Alan Payne. Can I make a blue one?
I should use black ink to print the program.
Oh, I want to make a blue one, Nancy. Would you mind doing my chores while I'm reading a book? Do I have to make any more? Sure, let's make some more. Yes, her husband is missing, and the thing she cares about most is making flyers. And that must be it, right? Is that it?
I haven't done that. Did that.
There we go. Okay, so I printed out 3 of the programs. And because I have 3 coins, I can do this. I want a fortune.
I would like a fortune.
So, the fortune is, I see the sea in your future. Ah, yes! Nancy will be sailing in the next game.
I would
Good
like
fortune.
a fortune.
But the main reason we put the money in was to get that little weight thing. So we got one from the table here as well. Your only enemies are on the field. I don't know what that means, but it seems slightly scary and ominous.
Did you finish the programs?
Yep. But I noticed that they say the best man is someone named Alan Payne. If Kit is Matt's best friend, why isn't Kit the best man?
Matt said that's the way Kit wanted it. He got here early too. But when Matt vanished, Alan was certain that Matt was playing a joke and refused to be the butt of it. So he went back to London, saying he'll reappear only when Matt does and not a moment before. You know, perhaps you should give Alan a call. 0044-020-7946 0481. He may have seen something while he
How does she have that phone number memorized? That is a long phone number.
was here that could help you find Matt. Have you a phone?
Not one that works.
You'll have to use the phone down the road at the inn. My cell phone gets absolutely no reception here.
I'm pretty sure whoever caused me to swerve off the road dropped this. Looks like some kind of homemade doll.
The clothes. It looks like Matt. And that's his ring. What did the person who dropped this look like?
I didn't really get a good look. It was dark and I was distracted and it moved so fast. Frankly, I'm not even sure if what I saw was a person.
And yet when Nancy was talking to Denal, she described it perfectly. She's like, oh, well, this is a woman with long flowing hair and a dress.
Denal, the caretaker. When we realized Matt was gone, straight away Denal claimed Matt had been kidnapped by fairies. Which is, of course, utterly ridiculous. It was probably Matt himself you saw, tricked out in some costume and leaving that doll behind just to confound us. Well, I do hope he's enjoying himself, because as soon as we're married, that will be that. No more practical jokes. Ever.
Ooh, wow, okay. This is not looking like it's going to be a happy marriage. So yeah, what kind of joke is that, though? I'm going to dress up like a woman and cause a car crash and drop a doll that looks like myself. That's clearly not a practical joke.
I found these glasses in the fireplace in the nursery.
Those are Matt's. You found them in the fireplace?
Did you look there when you were searching for Matt?
Of course not. Why would we look in the fireplace? Matt never, ever took his glasses off. Mostly because without them, he can't see 2 feet in front of him.
Did he have an extra pair?
It's possible. Any normal person with eyesight as bad as his would have had 10 extra pairs. But how did those get broken? Oh, Nancy, maybe he truly is in trouble.
Let me do some more looking around before we jump to any conclusions. The glasses could still just be part of an elaborate practical joke.
You're absolutely right. Please find him, Nancy. I do
Yes.
so want to strangle him.
That is kind of funny. It's like, did you look in the fireplace for a grown man? No, I didn't. Aww.
I'd better get to work.
Anytime you want to talk, I'll be right here.
Yeah, but seriously, you know, I hope they did wedding prep. You know, my wife and I did wedding prep before, you know, marriage preparation classes, you know, before getting married. He does not have glasses in the wedding photo. He does not. Why doesn't he have glasses in the wedding photo? I thought he never took his glasses off. In any case, yeah, that's definitely something you would want to discuss before getting married. Oh, by the way, you've got a habit which drives me angry, and I hate it. And as soon as we get married, you're going to have to stop doing this thing you love. It's either me or the thing you love, and I'm not telling you about it until later. It's like, yeah, that doesn't make for a healthy relationship at all. So, we got the 2 weights. One from the table, one from Madame Isbael. Solving that gives me this plate. Yay! So, let's see. I believe we have to... What did I say? We're gonna call Alan. We're gonna call Alan, and that should allow me to talk to Kit about the Leprechaun Puzzle. Yeah, some people don't wear their glasses when they have photos taken. It could have been that, you know, that totally messed up the lighting for that picture. So now let's call Alan.
Hello?
Yes, hi. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Castle Malloy. I'm Kyler Mallory's maid of honor.
Yes, I remember that name. Has Matthew finally put an end to that ridiculous prank of his?
No, I'm afraid he's still at it. But if you have a second, could I ask you some questions?
It should be a minute or two before my ride gets here. What's on your mind?
Did you see or hear anything strange while you were at Castle Malloy?
If you mean, did I get the impression that the castle was haunted or enchanted or anything like that? No. Frankly, I was too distracted by the strange human goings-on to pay much attention to anything else.
What do you mean?
I mean, for 3 people who purport to be friends, it seemed to me they did an inordinate amount of fighting. For instance, The evening before Matt disappeared, he and Kit had a terrible row. I couldn't make out exactly what was being said, but they both sounded very angry. Furious, I dare say. In fact, the next time I saw Kit, he was sporting a black eye. And the next morning, Matt and Kyler had a go at each other.
Yeah, I mean, this is some crazy best man. It's like, what? Groom's missing? Okay, I'm out. I'm leaving the country. See you later.
Nothing physical, mind you, and once again, I couldn't make out what was said. But
Also,
I
he's
promise you,
bad-mouthing
they were
everybody
quite
else
put
in the
out with each other.
wedding.
I was more than happy to bid the lot of them farewell, though I imagine I'll be returning to the castle before too long. Matt is bound to find his prank as tedious as everyone else does eventually. I must be off. Nancy, it was a pleasure venting to you. Hopefully before too long we shall meet in person. Cheers.
Best man? More like worst man, yes. Okay, so we call him and he basically complains about how awful everybody is. And somebody's asking about the Irish accents. So, who has a better Irish accent, Denal or Mrs. O'Shea from Nancy Drew's Secret of the Old Clock?
How's it going?
Alan Payne told me he overheard you and Matt arguing the day before Matt disappeared. And pretty much right before you walked into that door.
What were you doing talking to Alan Payne?
I thought he might know something that...
He's the best man! I'm the maid of honor! Why are you so suspicious that we have spoken to each other?
could help us find Matt.
I told you, Matt bailed. He doesn't want to be found. Look, Alan Payne doesn't really know Matt or me, okay? Matt asked him to be his best man because he works with the guy and thought it was the politically smart thing to do.
And your point is?
He misunderstood what he heard. Matt and I have been friends for more than 12 years. We were just fooling around.
Fooling around? You ended up with a black eye.
I told you that was an accident. I'm clumsy.
What were you two talking about?
I forget. That's how inconsequential it was. Hey, I just remembered. Kyler wants me to do the seating chart for the wedding dinner. Like I said, I can't bring myself to tell her there's not going to be a wedding. Anyway, I need to get to work on it, so you're gonna have to excuse me. Of course, you could always give it a shot. You just have to figure out where each guest should sit by taking into account their needs and preferences. What do you say?
That's what I say.
Sure, I can do that.
Excellent. Just fill it out and bring it back to me when you think you've got everyone sitting in the right place.
So the solution to the puzzle is the same on junior mode and senior mode. It's, the clues are different. So the wedding party...
'Cause unless and until it gets done, afraid I'm gonna be pretty much incommunicado.
Really? Really, this guy is a huge jerk. It's like, I'm not talking to you until you do my chore. Why is this my chore to begin with, anyway? You think somebody else would do it. So no invited guest can sit to another guest of the same color. That's kind of arbitrary. I don't know why Jane and Henry can't be next to each other. Rose and Kit can't be next to each other. Laurie Gerard and Richard Topham can't be next to each other. Heather McKay and John Gray can't be next to each other. Linda and Taylor can't be next to each other. So that's just, I don't know. That's just... Kyler needs to be seated next to Matt, and she wants Nancy on her right-hand side. Okay, Rose and Linda both want to sit next to John. Alternate by gender. Kit is between Alan and one of the ladies. Red guests are on the short side of the table. Okay, so because male can't be next to male, that means the red female has to be here. So red male has to be here next to Nancy. These are some interesting guests, yes. Adjoining corners are the same gender. Oh. I didn't know that. Adjoining seats in the corner. Okay. Well, Kit still has to be next to Alan, right? Yeah, alternate by gender on the long sides. Never mind. So Rose and Linda need to be next to John. So John's gonna have to be somewhere here. Kit is in between Alan and one of the ladies. Yeah, okay, we got that. Individual whose names begin with the same letter cannot sit next to each other. So, Linda can't be next to Taylor because they're both purple, so that's got to be Richard. Who is next to Heather? Who is next to Lori? Is this it? No, Taylor wants an end chair. Heather, Richard, and Jane all need to be seated together. Okay, never mind. I need to move these down. So Heather, Richard, and Jane. And then it was, John in between. Yeah, I'm not... Rose and Linda next to John. So where was Richard? Heather? It's gonna have to be something like this. That doesn't work, so it's gonna have to be Linda, John, Rose. I think this is a mistake,
How's the seating chart
though.
coming?
Could you take a look at it?
You bet. The people at the top of the table don't look right. Try again.
So that's a hint letting me know, hey, I got the top of the table wrong. Well, whatever. Let me just cheat my way to the solution to the puzzle. So it's gonna be Henry and Lori. Here's how it works. I had it right, okay, I just had Taylor and Lori mixed up. So now Henry Bollet needs to sit next to Lori Gerard. Poor Henry. I know Henry is desperate for a girlfriend after his terrible girlfriend summer, but Lori Gerard would not be a step up for Henry.
How's the seating chart coming?
Granted, she's rich, so she wouldn't be, like, begging him for money all the time, but still, she would not be an improvement in the girlfriend department.
Could you take a look at it?
You bet. This looks great. Wow, you did it. I'm impressed.
So now we can talk.
Yeah, now we can talk.
Yeah, if he knows what the correct answer to the puzzle is, why doesn't he just do it himself? Come on.
Oh, hey, actually, you might want to take a look at this first. I found it on the floor in Matt's room when I was looking for him.
What is it?
Frankly, it didn't make a lot of sense to me, but maybe it will to you. Take it.
It is a lot of trouble, like, who makes that, who insists I can't sit next to somebody, their name starts with the same letter as mine? Who does that?
If anybody can figure out what Matt was doing with it, you can, I'm sure. Good luck.
And multiple people who were there were culprits, right? You can imagine just all the culprits just glaring at Nancy on the other side of the table. It's like, Nancy, why are one of our guests just looking at you angrily? I might have landed them in prison. So in this puzzle, we want to move all these things around, so 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So when you get them all in the correct position, as indicated by this silly book, see it's got right, right, and then F is forward, B is for back, so the one that has this shamrock needs to go back, and that's how we do it. That's how the puzzle's solved. So here are the tokens that the bird dropped. And a Nancy doll. So we're gonna put those tokens up here, and I believe we missed the one puzzle. There's like a puzzle on this shelf here, isn't it? Here it is, good. So this is the Otter Puzzle. So, you Otter put all these things in place. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we rotate them. 1, 2, 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That gives us a gear. Fantastic. So now we're gonna put these tokens in place. That is a very angry... That sounded like the Angry Banshee, right? So, looks like it's going to be red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, purple. So pressing all those buttons in order gives us a hidden passageway. Another hidden passageway, and yes, now we can go into the bog, everybody. This is what it's cool instructions for the bog. It's the Banshee.
You're right. There has to be a logical explanation for what we just saw. So I'm going to calm down, relax, and trust that you will discover what that thing was. You are going to figure it out, aren't you, Nancy?
I promise.
I'll try.
You have a lead?
If Matt was staying in the nursery, where's his luggage?
Right there by his cot.
It's not there now.
But it was there, just last night. I remember seeing it when I peeked in to see if he'd finally decided to reappear. At least, I think I saw it last night. If it's not there now, perhaps Denol moved it, took it to storage or something. Because I know I saw it after Matt went missing. So it's around here somewhere, just like he's around here somewhere. I'm sure of it.
I'll let you get back to your reading.
Keep me posted.
Nancy was pretty relaxed at that evil Banshee flying around. I would probably be freaking out. You saw Kyler screamed, but Nancy, she's all cool. Yeah, that's cool. Nancy's just seen everything at this point. Nothing phases her anymore. So the bog is somewhere over here. So first I put down this piece of wood. There's the Banshee again. So we need to follow these instructions. So basically we have these two rocks as a base. So this is going to be forward 1, right 1, forward 2. Looks like right 2. Hi-ho, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. Hi-ho, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. In the bog there was a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree, tree in the bog down in the valley-o. Hi-ho, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. Hi-ho, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley-o. And on the tree there was a branch, a rare branch, a rattling branch, branch on a limb on a tree, and a tree in the bog down in the valley-o. Hi-ho, the rattling bog down in the valley-o. Hi-ho, the rattling bog down in the valley-o. How does the rest of that song go? On the branch there was a twig, a rare twig. No, on the twig there was a leaf, a rare leaf, a rattling leaf. Leaf on the twig, and twig on the branch, and a branch on a limb on a tree, and a tree in the bog down in the valley-o. Hi-ho, the rattling bog down in the valley-o. Hi-ho, the rattling bog down in the valley-o. Ah, so we made it to this hut on the far side of the bog.
Ew.
We need to find a way to get past these insects. However, Nancy obviously is not going to put her hand in there. Ew, gross! So we're going to use insect repellent. Oh, so these are herbs. So, bug bane. We need tansy, pennyroyal, wormwood, thyme, and catnip. I do not know which one is that. Tansy, pennyroyal. Okay. Give me a second. I need to remember these. Tansy, pennyroyal, wormwood, thyme, and catnip. Tansy, wormwood, pennyroyal, thyme, and catnip. Let's see if this works. I might be right. I might be wrong. Yeah, after doing all that frass puzzles, yeah, doing the big frass puzzle in Hawaii, Nancy's still afraid of bugs. And Kyler somehow did not know that this building was on her property. It's on the other side of the bog, so I'm in the bog. I can understand why she had a hard time seeing this hut.
Looks like I need a key.
I need the key for that, and I need some wool for this sheep doll. And over here, where is it? Here. We have a jetpack. Woo! So I think that's it. I think that's it for the hut. Hut in the bog, and the bog down in the valley. Oh. Yeah, I think the final one is, and on that hair there was a speck, a rare speck, a rattling speck, speck on the hair, and the hair on the bog, and the bog on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig, and the twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and tree in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, yo. Yeah, don't you just hate it when you find jetpacks just discarded in the middle of a barrel? So where am I? I'm looking for something here. I am not looking for this. That's a well. Somewhere I find these crosses. So this goes in 3 crosses, giving us the 3 symbols. These symbols take us to the other side of the manor. Like, I would not throw away a perfectly good functioning jetpack into the trash. That would be a terrible thing to do. So the 3 symbols, come on, get over here, Nancy. You can do this. Yes. The 3 symbols. 1, 2, 3. So here on the far end of this area, we can go to the sheep place. That will give us a gear. And we can get some real estate plans. And I believe opening this area triggers the flower search puzzle. So which one do we want to do first? Do we want to do the gears? Do we want to do the flower puzzle? Or do we want to do the real estate plans? I don't think the real estate plans is actually a puzzle, though. I could be 100% wrong, though. Okay, people want the gear. Oh, I've got 2 votes for gears and the 2 votes for flowers. Does the sheep have a jetpack? I don't think so. Here we go. This one tree, none of the other trees we can do, but this one we can. We have to check out Kit. Kit is drawing real estate development plans for this area. So that's very evil and suspicious of you, sir. Meh, yourself. All those sheep are being mean to me. Yeah, it makes you wonder why how that one sheep was able to appear on the left-hand side of the screen. Like the sheep that was here? If I could reach it? The sheep that was here, it's like, how did the sheep get here? There was a gate. There was a full gate, and it was locked. Yay, so solving that puzzle gives me another one of those tiles. We need to find 4 of those. Okay, so obviously the sheep was using the jetpack to get over the fence. Ah, that makes sense. But then how did the jetpack get inside the bog? Are there multiple jetpacks? I have to imagine there are multiple jetpacks. Obviously the culprit has multiple jetpacks. There's a secret passageway that only sheeps can use. Ah, that makes way more sense though.
You have a lead?
Mostly I have a question. Do you know anything about this sketch? I found it outside.
It looks like a drawing for some kind of housing development, for the land the castle sits on.
Apparently Kit did them. Did you ask him to?
No, and I seriously doubt Matt did either. Kit must have done those on his own. The question is, why? Anyway, I thought of something else you can do for me. Since there's a possibility, however remote, that there are forces at work around here that none of us completely understands, I think it only prudent to do what I can to counteract them. To that end, I would like to include these herbs and flowers in my wedding bouquets. According to Irish lore, each of them is believed to be associated with things I could use a little more of right now. If you could pick them for me and put them in that vase over there, that would be wonderful. Here's a basket.
Thank you.
This, of course, means that in spite of whatever it was I saw in the nursery, I still believe there will indeed be a wedding, because no matter who or what took Matt, you're going to find him, Nancy. I have to believe that. Please don't let me down.
I'll let you get back to your reading.
Keep me posted.
So let's do the flower search. So let's see, there are roses from the... It's basically we visit every location that's on the grounds and we get flowers from there. Basically, that's this puzzle. So this will give us a sense of how large the grounds are. So let's start with the roses from the garden. Although I don't believe we're getting any flowers from the area with the sheep, though. I don't think that's an area we're visiting. Let's see, we cannot visit that well, but we do have the fairy ring over here, I believe. Here it is, here it is. I don't know why it's called a fairy ring, but that's what it's called. Now to the bog. There's a flower. Sage is one of these plants. I guess that's it. I know at some point Nancy's supposed to say something like, I need wool in order to make this sheep. Fairy rings are obviously made by the good people. That's where they hang out. They have parties there. They have parties. They don't invite Denal. Well, perhaps Nancy does need to see the doll puzzle inside the nursery. I already solved one of the doll puzzles in the nursery, but perhaps I have to go back and see this specific doll puzzle needs a sheep. Wouldn't that be kind of silly? So people are saying, in general, if you see a fairy ring, you just leave it alone. Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with a fairy ring. So let's see, do I have all the flowers? It looks like I've got most of them. Is there anyone that I've missed? We'll see. We'll see if Kyler...
Don't forget to pick those flowers for me.
I did.
I won't, I promise. I'd better get to work.
Keep me
Oh,
posted.
no. Oh. I know which one I missed. I missed the one in the ruins place. Alright, let's take a look at this. Give me a second. I'll see if the gears puzzle... you know, now I'm wondering if the gears puzzle... is that we have to do the gears puzzle first before Nancy realizes about the sheep. So, oh, this puzzle's kind of difficult, but what you need to do is put all the gears in place, alternating between the larger gears and the smaller gears. I don't know why it says this is 2, right? Or is that supposed to be an 11? No, that's 2. This is Roman numerals we're using here. Some of them are slightly easier than others. Let's see. Like, it's pretty obvious here I'm going to have a large gear and then a small gear in between these two large gears, because there's not enough room for anything else. So obviously there's going to have to be some sort of large gear here in between the two large gears. Where can I put it down? I guess I have to put the small gear down first, then the large gear, and small gear here, maybe? Yeah, there we go. I was right. Okay, so that gives us this puzzle, which absolutely needs the sheep, and that's how Nancy knows she needs to fix the sheep doll. So sorry about that, but this will trigger Nancy's ability to go sheep shearing. So you want me to do you want me to do the sheep shearing right away, or finish with this, let's finish with the flower puzzle, and then do the sheep shearing, okay? Yeah, so now, back to the swamp, just to double check the thing I need is in fact the thing I need. Yeah, now everybody's screaming they want the sheep puzzle. Sheepy, sheepy, sheepy.
That sheep doll needs stuffing.
Hooray! And now Nancy will be able to ask about the sheep. Well, the final flower is by the ruins, and in order to, yeah, no, we'll stop, we'll, ah. The sheep are getting to me. So we're gonna ask Denal first. Denal's got multiple puzzles for us. Which one do you want us to solve now, Denal?
What's on your mind, then?
Have you ever been to the other side of the bog?
Do I look daft to you now? There's no walking across the bog. Once you fall in, there's no getting out. When I was your age, younger even, there was talk of an old gypsy woman who kept house in the bog, living all by herself, crazy as could be. But a tall tale is all it was. You stay clear of that bog, girl. There be no crossing it. Not if you're fond of living.
Sometimes I hear this strange kind of wailing sound when I'm in the castle. Have you ever heard it?
These ears don't work so well now. Even the pattering of rain is beginning to slip by 'em. But the situation being what it is, by my reckon, a banshee, you heard.
You mean someone in the castle is going to die?
Aye.
Someone as in Matt?
How they know what they know, and why they do what they do, are mysteries far beyond mortal solution. But be assured, lass, someone at Castle Malloy is doomed.
Guess I'll go now.
Fine with me.
Someone is saying I actually needed to click on the box of wool to trigger the sheep puzzle. That's pretty terrible, actually. Oh no. I was just so excited for sheep, maybe I did it wrong. So maybe Denal, maybe you're the one who's doomed. Maybe you're the one who's going to die. Did you think about that, Denal? Yeah, it doesn't look like... Oh. Hey, the fence... You could go back to the fence if you want. But why would you want to? So where are the Ogham runes? Right here? So one of these things has a flower next to it. It's right here, right? Or down, up. Okay, let's go right. Down. No. Right. Down. Got it. Final flowers. Maybe it's the crow that's doomed. Yeah, I like how Denal thinks, oh, Matt's not here, he's gone, he was taken. But he's still going to die because somebody here is going to die. But you said he's not here anymore. Aye, quit using logic to disagree with me. Nancy will be doomed. Doomed to do chores forever.
To stop that sheep doll, I'm going to need more wool.
Yeah, we were supposed to do that. Oh dear. So now that we know for sure that Nancy needs some wool, maybe we can do the sheep puzzle. And if not, no big deal. We'll go inside and there will be a scene because we finished the flower search.
What's on your mind, then?
What do you know about the stone pillars with all the weird writing on them?
I've never been able to make heads or tails of 'em. Even bought me a book on Ogham runes. Waste of good money, that was.
Ogham runes?
All those lines. Ancient Celtic symbols they are. Runes. Spell out something. I lack the time and patience to work out just what.
I wouldn't mind having a go at it. Do you think I could borrow your book?
Sorry to say, I'm not in a lending mood at the moment, lass. A wee bit of me favourite drum music would put me right, but the band can't be playing it because their drummer took sick. Looking for someone to take his place, they are.
Oh, jeez,
I could probably fill in.
okay.
I mean, not permanently, but...
Go to it, then. One ditty is all. Play it well enough, and the book will be yours. Seamus will help you get started.
So now I'm a musician.
What a fine lass you are for helping out the band. Now here's what you do. Watch the cue. When it reaches the drum, just hit the corresponding section of the bowline with the beater. Keep doing that till the song's over. And if you've kept the beat well enough, the band'll split their tips with you. They're about to start. Just watch the bar, keep your wits about you, and you'll do fine.
This is getting kind of rough. I'm using my keyboard now. I'll just use my keyboard. I guess I've been using this keyboard. I've been using my keyboard the whole time. Never mind. Woo! Oh, I'm not done yet. Yeah, this drum does not at all
Here's your
match
share.
the song, but it's a nice song anyway.
Sweet as clover to the honeybee, that was. Here's the book. Keep it as long as you like. I'll not soon have need of it. Will you be wanting something else from me then?
I'd better get going.
Fine with me.
I do like the music. Alright, so let's do the OM Ruins puzzle simply because we can. Now that Nancy has the book. I believe that's that. So the next we're going to have this, yeah. One line on top. This line's there. Good. It's gonna be a bear tree. That one. And then finally, the solution is gonna be... I'm not sure if that's the right tree or not. Let's go with that, maybe? Okay, yeah, I had the wrong tree. But, yay! So that gives me, I mean, what you're supposed to do is read the entire book to figure out that stuff. So much work, though. So much work. So much easier just to do it like that. Yeah, it's just a tough puzzle. What you need to do is, you know, match the direction with the constellation, match it with the season, and match it with the writing. So, Kit is gone. He's not here, so we discover... Oh my gosh, he's got Matt's luggage hidden under here. Oh no, why is that the case? Kit, and where is he? I think he's having a fight. Is he here talking with Kyler?
Those were just some sketches I made because I was bored. I do that all the time. I'm not after your property.
Then what are you after?
Nothing!
Then why are you trying to tell me there's not going to be a wedding?
Because there's
Matt
not
is
going to be a
gone.
wedding.
Matt would never walk out on me. Never.
He still loves you, Kyler, but he's not ready to get married, and he just didn't know how to tell you.
Oh, so he told you to tell me. Or was his leaving your idea? What'd you tell him, Kit? That I still had feelings for you? That it isn't over between us? Because it is. You know that, don't you? It is most definitely over.
It's done and it's over now, and we're finished, it's over now.
I'd better not go in there.
And now they're just mumbling about random things for the rest of the time. Okay, so do we want to solve this puzzle? Oh, we don't have the sheep yet. So let's solve this puzzle. Might as well. Yeah, Nancy cannot go inside. That would have been so cool if Nancy could just break in and interrupt everyone, but she cannot. Yeah, let me see. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe we need to go back. I did a video for that conversation, so it plays the entire conversation as unmuffled as it is. So what happens is they just say random, you know, each one of those, they have like 10 lines each, and the game just randomly shuffles between what those lines are.
You've picked all the flowers?
Yep.
Go ahead and put them in that vase.
Yeah, we finished
There
the
you go.
exposition of our fight.
Splendid.
Now let's just
Anything
mumble
else
for
to
the rest
report?
of the fight.
I found Matt's luggage hidden behind the cots downstairs by Kit's things.
How did it get down there?
It kind of looked like Kit was hiding it.
Oh, don't be silly. Why would Kit do a thing like that? Well, anyway, that's a good thing. It means Matt's still around here, just as I've been saying all along. Anything else to report?
I'll let you get back to your reading.
Anytime you want to talk, I'll be right here.
We are never, ever getting back together, ever. So don't you even think about it. Or I'll give you another black eye.
What's going on?
I found Matt's luggage in here, right over there.
What? Over where?
It was behind the cots.
How'd it get there?
Looks to me like someone was trying to hide it.
Well, it wasn't me. Matt hid it. Oh my gosh. He didn't go back to London. He's been here the whole time. Kyler was right. Oh my gosh.
You sound kinda disappointed.
Marrying Kyler is the biggest mistake he could possibly make. If this means that's what he intends to do, you bet I'm disappointed.
Why is it a mistake? It's just because you're in love with her.
I couldn't help but
You're
overhear
just jealous.
the discussion you and Kyler had in the library.
That sure didn't go like I planned. All this talk of fairy kidnappings and practical jokes, I just thought it was time to clear the air, but what happens? Not only did she accuse me of being the bad guy in all this, but as it turns out, she had it right, and I had it wrong. Matt didn't walk out on her. His luggage proves it.
The part about your still having feelings for her, was she right about that too?
Yeah. As for what, if anything, I'm gonna do about it, I haven't quite figured that out.
Yeah, I don't know. It's impossible. This is not gonna work.
Have you ever been to the little hut that's in the middle of the bog?
No. Don't tell me you've been traipsing through the bog. Are you nuts? That stuff's like quicksand.
Did Matt ever try to cross the bog?
The only thing Denal ever said that made sense to Matt was, stay away from the bog. And he did. And you'd be well advised to do the same.
Good talking to you.
Drop by anytime.
Like, Matt could still hide his luggage and leave, right? I don't know. Should we check his luggage, go through, see if he left his phone or something like that? That's what I would do, but that's just me. Alright, Denal.
What's on your mind, then?
What do you know about the luggage?
Would you by any chance know how Matt's luggage wound up hidden behind the cots in the Great Hall?
That I would. I put it there. I told the sass...
Yes, how did Kyler end up dating Kit's best friend? That is a legitimate question.
He was not to stay in Fiona's room, yet he did nonetheless. So, while he was out with the others, I took his bags and hid him, thinking to force him to leave her room. Wasted time, that was. Turns out the good people had something else in mind. Good at finding things, are ya?
As a matter of fact, I am very good at finding things.
Got something for you, then.
A key?
Aye, to the sheep pen. The sheep I'm keeping on the castle grounds need bringing in so I can shear 'em first thing tomorrow.
You want me to bring them in?
There's 10 of 'em is all. With that lantern of yours, you'll be done before you know. Go on now, take it.
Yeah, Denal's plan makes very little sense, but all that drama with Kit and Kyler, it's because Denal just stole the luggage.
Just walk the grounds, and whenever you come upon a sheep, blow a whistle, and back they'll go to the barn. When you think all 10 are in, go to the barn and make sure, then lock the place up, and that'll be that. Don't be looking at me like I've got 3 heads, lass. You can do it. Out with you now. There's work to be done.
Do my chores, Nancy.
Why the quick return, then?
I'll let you drink your crow's nest in peace.
Be careful out there, lass.
Yeah, so Denal does not realize he accidentally created a crazy love triangle. Just because he was angry. Hi, I don't want to do... Oh, I can't even do his accent, never mind. Anyway, Denal... I love how that's the solution to the puzzle, is just Denal. So now I need to find all the sheep. All 10 of the sheep. They are lost, and they will be found by Nancy. Yeah, Nancy needs to run around in the dark, trying to find all the sheep in the sheep pen. I found 3 of them. I heard a sheep. hopefully the sound effect means... Oh, I scared that sheep! I mean, hopefully that sound effect of the sheep going meh means the sheep is nearby. Hello. There's still 4 more. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense that Kit would agree to become... I mean, I know Matt's his best friend, but... It still seems strange that Kit would agree to be a groomsman under those circumstances. Now, Kit is not the best man, though. That was Alan. Alan is the best man. Found you! Okay, 2 more. 1 more. Let's find the last sheep. Ooh, found it. We did it! Yay! We found all the sheepies! Sheepy, 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 sheepy! We can't shear the sheep without permission, though.
There, the paddock's all locked up.
Yeah. I don't think the sheep will escape from the barn, though. Let's see. Yeah, we can see both of Nancy's hands while she's walking around, so she doesn't use her hands to play the recorder.
The sheep are tucked away in the barn, then?
They sure are.
I knew you could do it, lass. Will you be wanting something else from me, then?
Since you're going to shear the sheep that are in the barn tomorrow anyway, would it be okay if I sheared one of them tonight?
You know how to shear a sheep, do you?
Well, no, but I need some raw wool, and I figure it can't be that hard.
I'm willing to let you give it a try, but you'll not be finished till you've filled 3 bags. Do I have your word on it?
3 bags of wool, you got it.
All right, then. The book there in the barn will tell you how to operate all the equipment. Oh, and to get a sheep into the shearing station, just blow this tune on your whistle. Read the instructions, blow the whistle, and you'll be adding sheep shearing to your list of talents in no time at all.
Yeah, that will definitely go on Nancy's resume. Sheep shearing and whistle playing. Yep, Nancy volunteers to be an errand girl. Yeah, Nancy seems to be the only one who's taking Matt's disappearance seriously. Kyler and Kit are too busy having love drama, and Donald doesn't care. So, yeah. Nancy is an expert at whistleblowing. She has blowed the whistle on many a culprit scheme before. Okay, so this is a daily, and it's a nervous daily. So blue is 9, and then daily is 19, so that's 28. And 28 plus 16 equals 44. I think I messed that one up. I don't know if Mohawk sheep is correct. Let's try again. Oh, I guess I have to be standing here. So it sounds like it's bleeding, or no, this is calm. Let's go with calm. Calm plus keen is 32. 32 plus brown is 38. Yeah, should this be bleeding or should this be calm? It's hard to tell.
Is that a sheep or a show dog?
I think we got that one wrong.
1 bag down, 2 bags to go.
No, it looks like that. Those were both good. Okay. Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master, 1 for the dame, 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. So Nancy says something mean to you if you got it wrong. I guess that's correct, then. If it's bad, you hear the sheep screaming in pain. Oh, I don't want to make the sheep scream in pain. So let's try that out. Let's just go with 99. Do it wrong on purpose.
Yikes, I must have done something wrong.
Yeah, oh, poor sheepy sheep. That was very evil. Let's do it again. Oh, this isn't a happy one! Okay, so it's 12 plus Bryn, which is 23, so that's 35 already. And 35 plus 2 is 37. Mohawk
now that's
sheep.
an interesting look.
I love the Mohawk sheep.
That's 2 bags. I promised Mr. Delaney I'd fill 3.
Okay, let's get all three bags, and hopefully let's not mess up. That is an angry sheep. Okay. 13 plus 2 is 15. 15 plus 21 equals 36. Yes, the machine, it doesn't make sense that the machine just is like, the sheep's emotion determines how you need to shear the sheep. That's kind of silly. I think this is another 37.
There, all done.
Okay, so now we're done with the sheep. It does seem like some sort of scary science fiction machine. The sheep are so happy after they get sheared, though. Just very happy. Look how beautiful I am. So, back to the bog. We're gonna get our sheep. I believe this is going to give us the final thing so we can use the jetpack. The final plate. But of course we need to use the we need to use the doll in the doll puzzle, the doll house, so let's go there. Let me get another, I want another fortune. I've got money for a fortune. One more.
I would like a fortune.
The sheep does not mind the weight of the wool. What? I don't quite understand that portion, but okay. So let's see, we'll need the super complicated puzzle. I'm just gonna cheat this solution here rather than try to solve it on my own. So it's gonna be cat here. Yes, and that gave us the final printing press plate. The important one, actually. That's the one with the most lettering on it. Let's see. How do I... There we go. It's like, how do I start? Okay, so this is going to be yellow. Next, we're going to go with blue. Then magenta. That should be everything. Now Nancy has instructions to the jetpack. Kind of surprised she didn't try to use the jetpack immediately, but if you mess up the instructions, you blow up and you die. So that's obviously bad. So we need to solve all of these, follow all the steps in order. 7 to 9, press black. Red down. Spin blue dial to that. Slide the lever to the halfway point. Press yellow. Press red. Turn the color dial to red. Move the number dial to 4. Flip blue. Flip yellow. Press go.
Oh my gosh, I'm flying!
So, that wasn't a banshee crying. That was Nancy flying through the air.
Matt, are you in here? Hello? Anybody here?
So the solution to this was Lappin, right? That was on the book in the nursery. Oh, putting that gives me an extra puzzle. Okay, never mind. It looks like we need the key to that thing. And here we go. We've got the family tree. Ah, there's that puzzle. Okay. There's the actual puzzle we're supposed to be solving here. So what we're supposed to do is take a look at all those books. Whee! Nobody notices me flying around via jetpack. I don't know why. This should be obvious. So N5, clearly that means letter number 5 is going to be N. I believe we have some other letters, but let's talk to our characters.
What's going on
here.
I found the sketch you did on the ground outside. What's it for?
What, that? I was just messing around. See, I'm into real estate, and whenever I see an interesting tract of land, I like to sketch out how I'd develop it, just to, you know, keep the juices flowing. It doesn't mean anything. I was just doodling.
Great, so it's okay if I keep this.
Sure. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I like how we can ask him about the piece of paper which started the fight, which was a while ago.
I found out that Mr. Delaney is the one who hid Matt's luggage.
Why would he do that?
Apparently, he was adamant that Matt not stay in the nursery, so he removed all of Matt's things and hid them down here, thinking it would force Matt out. That was the day Matt disappeared.
Stubborn old loon. Well, then, I guess that just proves this really is all just one big inane practical joke. Matt vanished, thinking we'd find his luggage in the nursery. Unless Denal is lying, and he hid the luggage for some other reason. For crying out loud, Nancy, find Matt before this mystery drives us all loony.
Maybe you should find Matt. Maybe you should be looking for him.
Good talking to you.
Drop by anytime.
Did nobody hear me flying around? I was in a loud jetpack. Is Nancy, like, just wearing the jetpack still? Nancy should give the jetpack to them as a wedding gift. That would be cute.
You have a lead?
I'll catch you later.
Anytime you want to talk, I'll be right here.
Okay, so we need to find all of the various books. Where are they? Wow, I'm failing at finding any of these books, actually. I found 0 of those books.
Did that. Can't check that off yet.
So I need to find all of the books. Nancy said we can't check it off yet, so obviously I'm not done with this puzzle yet. Maybe here. Wow. Okay. Hey, I found one. I found one. One year soon, you'll join us here in the Caribbean. Nancy goes there in the next game, though. That's cute. Okay, here's another one. This is kind of a tricky puzzle, but it's a letter puzzle. Yeah, imagine how many other games would be solved so quickly if Nancy had her jetpack. So there has to be a book here by Kyler. There just has to be. Just move my mouse slowly over every book until I find the correct one. Here. Wow, okay. Obviously it's the last one I tried. So by removing all the duplicate letters, that is, letters that appear more than once, the only remaining true consonant is key. So, please tell me I'm done with this?
All done.
Yay! So, now we get to solve that letter puzzle. So the entry code is going to be CQLXN. Wow. Yeah. And there. Ah! There she is. There's the Banshee. So she can fly because she's got a jetpack. She's not actually a Banshee. She's a crazy person with a jetpack. Don't you feel so much better now? So, solving that puzzle
I think this
gives
doll is supposed to be me.
a Nancy key, a Waverly Academy sticker, and Fiona. This is what she looked like as a little girl. This is hard to read, but these are notes I think about from Brendan's wife. Aw, and she had the jetpack ever since she was a little girl. Okay. like that Nancy doll. So I bet that Nancy doll is for solving the final puzzle. That gives you an Easter egg. Yeah, so whoever made that doll must be working very quickly. I presume it's her, Fiona, the Banshee woman. Because she's the only person who can get inside there. It would seem strange if she managed to get somebody else to make the doll for her. So the key opens up this thing. Wrong key. It's the Nancy doll. Why can't I steal the key from the Nancy doll? I bet that's the key to the car. The car key. Nancy's car key. Yeah, that's gotta be it. And happy 6th birthday, Fiona. The last thing she had from her parents before the explosion.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be in here. This is your home, isn't it? My name's Nancy Drew, and you're Fiona, right? Fiona Malloy? Fiona, listen, I didn't mean any harm. See, I'm looking for someone, a young man named Matt. I don't suppose you've seen him. Fiona?
Yeah, that's not good. So Fiona just pushed Nancy into a hidden passageway. And Nancy's gonna pull
don't
this.
touch that. No! Nuts. Well, now you're trapped over there, and I'm trapped over here. No harm done.
I take it you're Matt. I'm Nancy Drew, the maid of honor.
Thrilled, I'm sure. You wouldn't happen to have a tunnel boring machine in your pocket, would you? Or food? Do you have any food on you? A biscuit or two, some crisps, Cocoa Kringle, anything?
Sorry.
Oh, the only thing that woman in the shabby dress ever gives me are carrots and potatoes and such. I've been wandering around down here for days. I want something full of sugar and nice, greasy fat. You know, real food.
She feeds you?
Every once in a while, the silo slides open, and she'll be standing up there in the fresh air looking down at me. Then I get showered with vegetables, she goes away, and the silo slides shut. Whenever I talk to her, she kind of grunts as if she understands what I'm saying, yet she refuses to help me. It's like I'm her pet or something. And now there's two of us. Dibs on the potatoes.
Why did this door shut when I pulled that switch?
As best I can figure from the papers and drawings I've found, you're standing in the laboratory where the bloke who lived here during World War II did all his top secret research. He was working on new forms of propulsion to be used in flying machines, rockets, that sort of thing. Apparently, to keep unwanted visitors out, he planted devices which would allow him, at the push of a button, to seal off the lab. This gate and all the others will go up when our hostess decides to feed us. Opening those silo doors seems to reset everything. Opening those silo doors is also the only way out of here. Believe me, I know.
Alright, so, he was randomly kidnapped by Fiona, and she keeps him in this old lab that used to belong to Brendan Malloy, his lab, where he's doing his jet fuel experiments, presumably where he created his jetpack.
How did you get down here?
I stumbled upon the entrance to a secret passage in the nursery, so I thought it would be jolly good fun to make some ghostly sorts of noise from inside it and give Kyler a fright. But all of a sudden, this crow flew in through the window and came straight at my eyes. I fell backwards into the passage trying to get away from it, and the next thing I knew, I was falling through a hole in the floor. Fortunately, I only fell about 2 meters. So I got to my feet, and since it was dark and my glasses were knocked off when that crow attacked me, I started feeling my way along the wall, looking for a ladder or something so I could climb back up. But instead, my hand hit some sort of button. A siren went off, the door above me slid shut, and there I was. I yelled until I was hoarse, but no use. I was trapped. So I felt my way along the tunnel,
looking for another way out, until I got to the lab you're standing in, at which point I blundered into the button you just pressed, siren goes off, door comes down, and suddenly I'm even more trapped. Not long after that, the doors at the top of the silo slid open, so I looked up, and by squinting really hard, I could see an old woman with long hair, wearing a long ratty dress, just standing there, looking down at me. I called to her, told her who I was and what had happened. I told her everything, called to her till I went hoarse again, but she just stood there. I even tossed my ring up to her, saying, "Go ahead, keep it, just get me the heck out of here." Nothing.
So that's how she got the ring. Yeah, okay. So poor Matt he's just blind without his glasses, so he's sort of been stuck here, and the old woman has been throwing potatoes at his head.
For a while, Kit was convinced you disappeared because you had decided you didn't want to marry Kyler after all.
I'm not surprised. The fact is, soon after we got here, he tried to tell me I was about to make a colossal mistake and that I should call off the wedding. Such wishful thinking on his part is exactly why I didn't ask him to be my best man. Oh, I made up some excuse about office politics and occupational expediency, but Kit was and is, and hopefully always will be, my best friend. But having him be my best man knowing he's still smitten with Kyler? I figured I'd pass.
Yep, so that's the story behind Kit being made not the best man. Is like, no, that was not a good idea. I'm really glad that Matt decided not to go along with it.
Kyler's trying her best not to show it, but she's really worried about you.
That's the worst of it, knowing that my eagerness to play a silly prank on her is going to wind up ruining the wedding. She's going to be so disappointed, and humiliated, and appalled. She'll never forgive me. What an idiot I am. I love her so much, and I am so lucky a mongrel like me landing someone as smart and beautiful as her, and now, whether I ever get out of here or not, I'm going to lose her. What an unthinking, short-sighted, immature idiot.
Oh no, don't get so mad at yourself, Matt. You just have to give up pranks forever. I think she really does care about you.
Mr. Delaney, the caretaker? He thinks you were spirited away by fairies.
You know, I actually miss that superstitious, super ridiculous old fossil. Kit and I spent the better part of an evening rigging line in the garden so we could fool him into thinking a leprechaun was moving through the bushes. Only a branch snapped off and whacked Kit in the eye, and that was that. Except, I must admit, seeing as I have no idea who or what that thing is that has us trapped down here, Mr. Delaney might not be all that wrong.
I'm pretty sure her name's Fiona. She's the daughter of Brendan Malloy, the guy who was doing all the research down here. Everyone thought she was killed along with her parents when this place exploded. But she wasn't, and she's been wandering around in the bog near the castle ever since.
So, if our wedding ever does take place, it looks like I'll end up with a crazy in-law after all.
Okay.
I'm going to look around some more.
Great. Why don't I wait right here?
So Matt's just gonna wait here while I solve the rest of this puzzle. It's gonna be a somewhat complicated puzzle, yeah? So let's see. This puzzle, huh? We have to make stairs. I remember this. This is a Tangrams puzzle, I believe, is the type of this puzzle. That's the name for this type of puzzle. We have it in Shower at the Water's Edge, and a really terrible one in Message in a Haunted Mansion, where we had to make a phoenix. And we'll be doing several of them in Ghost of Thornton Hall. So let's get that rocket fin thingy. Yep, that looks like the nose to the rocket. Why would anybody trust a staircase made of random parts? Nancy is a very, very, very trusting person. Yeah, those puzzles are fun. I liked it. It was pretty fun. Okay, so with this puzzle, 1 is red, and then 2 is blue. 3 is going to be orange. 4 is gonna be yellow, and 5 is green. We still need to get the key, though. And the fin is in the middle container. Those rocket fins. Yeah, we're basically the only way to open it is through the silo doors. So the one way is to open it from the outside, which Fiona's been doing. The way to open it from the inside is just to launch a rocket. We are going to launch a rocket into outer space. Maybe not all the way into outer space, but we're launching a rocket. So these are the chemicals. The chemicals do not match perfectly.
Did you know there was a button here that says, in case of lockdown, press to open?
What? You mean something that could open up a way to escape was right under my nose the whole time? That does it. If I get out of here on having that eye surgery, my weak stomach will just have to get over it.
So, we should warn Matt. By the way, this puzzle, it does not automatically open the doors. It gives us the worst puzzle. Okay. So with this puzzle, we need to pick up these chemicals. If we accidentally bump into the chemicals at the wrong angle, there will be an explosion, and everything will explode. So category number 1, according to that piece of paper, was NH3. NH3. So P is also category number 1, and so is H. H being hydrogen. So let's get hydrogen out of the way. Looks like we've got several hydrogens we could get out of the way. So let's do that. Let's get all these hydrogens out of the way. Luckily, the game saves after you get every single piece into place. Because if you die, if you had to restart over from the beginning again after every death, that would be awful. I'm going to go for perfect. I'm going to go for perfect. I'm going to try not to die ever. We'll see how well this plan works. So I for iodine. Iodine goes in category number 2. So we disposed of that. This is category number 1. Okay. Doing pretty well so far. Let's get this final thing of hydrogen out of the way. I feel like it's dangerous to get that hydrogen out of the way so close to the H2O, which is water. That's category number 2. So bromine, I mean, BR is category number... This right here is category number 3, so I can't get rid of this. This is also category number 3, so I can't get rid of it. H2O is category number 2, but I don't know if we have enough room for it with this blocking the way to category number 2, so let's just aim for number 3 here. This, the NH3, so that's category number 1. Oh man, this is a deadly puzzle. Irish water is just like normal water, except it explodes. Yeah. I'm gonna try not to show off the explosion, though. That would be... Okay, so H here. So F is category number 3. So we just dump it inside category number 3 right there. So I was category number 2. what do you think? Is there enough room for me to grab that HG and put it in category 3 yet? So let's see. RN is category number 3. Let's go for it. Let's move this HG out of the way. So that's category number 3. Oh no! Oh, oh, geez. Whew. Oh, 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 that scared me. Oh, oh no, I was doing so well. So I moved that one, I guess, one too far to the right. It's a bit of a shame. Whew. So you can see what I mean, that it's great they save your progress, because otherwise this puzzle would be impossible. Okay, so this was category number 3. So now we still have to get pretty much everything out of the way in order for us to reach this key, which is right here. Let's get the H2O out of the way because it's a big one and it's just causing problems for me. It is explosive water. Yeah, so it doesn't matter which thing you pick up, it's going to explode like that as soon as you make a mistake. Okay, BR is category 3, so let's grab it. Yeah, could you imagine Matt solving this puzzle on his own? No way. He would die immediately. He would not be able to see any of these things. Okay. If this puzzle had a time limit, that would be the worst. So it looks like in order to get a straight shot to the key, I might have to get rid of this CL, which means I'll have to get rid of this K, just to be on the safe side. So I'll get rid of these two, but then I'll leave these two alone, right? I'll aim for that. Don't! Every cloud has a silver lining except this chemical cloud that you made, and now you're dead. Oh, jeez. So I believe the problem I made there was trying to close too much. This is the real endgame challenge. Yeah, forget making that rocket ship explode. Launching the rocket's not so bad. The chemicals puzzle, that is so bad. So at least now all the things are mostly the same size, making it a lot easier. It actually doesn't make it easier in the slightest, but it feels like it does. Less adjusting, I suppose. Get that iodine out of the way. Oh, do you want me to get all of these out of the way? Do you want me to just get all the chemicals out of the way? I can do that. I'm not sure what the difference is between junior mode and senior mode. Maybe they changed the positioning of the chemicals. That would be logical. Oh, I get an award for putting away all the chemicals, and let's do it. Let's go for that. Let's try. Let's see if that gives us an award. I mean, I haven't played this game recently enough to remember if there's an award for that. I don't remember what any of the awards are besides the Easter egg one, and I only know that because in general they have an Easter egg award for all the games. This is junior mode I'm playing on. Almost done, only 4 more. Yeah, all you have to do is get the key. You don't have to put all of them away. So this H2O, which is farther to the left, I could get the key without touching that, so you can get away. I didn't mean to die. Oh man. Whew. You can't get away without getting that H2O. That's what I was trying to say, and then I got exploded. I don't know if the key explodes if you drop it. It wouldn't surprise me at this point. The key explodes? Let's do that. Let's see if the key explodes. It would be funny if it did. Yeah, as John might say, you need to test your hypothesis before acting upon it. Okay. For the sake of science, we have to see if this is an explosive key. So I pick up the key. No, I haven't picked up the key yet. I pick up the key, then I drop it. Yep, that's an explosion. Yes, the key will explode. That's just silly. That's just silly that the key explodes. Okay. I just need to pull the key all the way to the bottom to get it. That is the very, very, very well protected key. Okay. So I think I've got everything ready. We're going to set it to 90.1. We're going to insert the key. and then just flip the switches. Where's the key go? Here? Explosion time! Woo! Hey, Matt! Nancy somehow does not die from being there at the explosion. Kit and Kyler were in the garden for some reason? Nall sleeps through the entire thing.
Nancy? What on earth is going on? Matt!
Kyler, we're trapped down here. Get a ladder or something.
Oh, Matt, I've been so worried about you. Where have you been? I missed you so much. I was afraid I'd never see you again. And I've got so much to tell you. No, I take that back. There's only one thing I want to tell you. I love you. Do you hear me? I love you.
Aww.
By the time Kit came back with a ladder, Kyler had said I love you to Matt approximately 150 times. And Matt had said it to Kyler about 200 times. And they were still saying it to each other on the day of their wedding 4 days later. Even Kit remarked that Matt's little misadventure seemed to have been good for their relationship. Needless to say, this bummed Kit out, until he met the very beautiful young Irish woman who catered the reception. Long story short, it looks like Kit will soon be returning to Ireland, and not just to sketch plans for potential housing developments. As for Mr. Delaney, he still can't accept the fact that the strange wail I kept hearing wasn't a banshee, but an old siren that Matt kept inadvertently setting off down in the tunnels. Nor is he clear on the fact that Fiona, whose jetpack was also a source of weirdness.
Yes, it looks like Kit just photoshopped himself a girlfriend. That's funny. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so Mr. Delaney is really confused. He thought fairies were responsible for everything, but at least he's a good guy, and he doesn't force Fiona to do all of his chores.
Noises was responsible for many of the strange phenomena he'd always attributed to fairies. But he understood immediately that Fiona was someone in need of compassion, and helped the police take her into custody without incident. Apparently, after the explosion killed her parents, Fiona was taken in and raised by an old hermit who lived alone in the bog hut, which did not exactly do wonders for the little girl's mental or emotional development. But she's getting lots of attention now, and she's so bright, after all, her father was a rocket scientist, that her prognosis is actually pretty good. Me, I'm on my way back to the States, via jet plane, not jet pack. My pack and Fiona's were quickly confiscated by military types bent on adapting them for use on the battlefield. Unfortunately for them, Brendan's intricate fuel system has them completely and hopelessly stumped, which has no doubt made Fiona's crow and all its feathered friends very happy. They finally have the skies above Castle Malloy all to themselves.
Yeah, so it's like there really wasn't a villain in this game. I mean, obviously, Fiona was the villain, but she wasn't doing it on purpose to be malicious. She's just a very, very confused person. So what medal was not shown? I don't know, platinum? Okay, so chemist sorter, we do get an award for sorting all of the things. We didn't fly around a lot. We didn't do all the dollhouse things. We did not win Difference Detective all the time. We didn't get a bunch of fortunes. Spin the leprechauns. Ooh, play with the printer. Lots of sheep shearing. Drinking drinks. And answering the trivia question correctly. But we were a super sleuth. Yay, I'm a super sleuth. So Nancy is smarter than the government because she was able to figure out how the jetpack system works. No, I think it's that they can't figure out how to duplicate the jetpack. That is, they can't figure out how to make a second one. They can't figure out how to copy it. So it's just the one jetpack, and once it runs out of fuel, then it's done forever.
When my best friend Bess Marvin wins a vacation for 3 at a resort on a private island in the Bahamas, she naturally invites me and her cousin, George Fain, to go with her. But by the time I arrive, the owners of the resort are nowhere to be found, and Bess has been kidnapped.
Oh no, poor Bess!
To get her back, George and I must find a long-lost treasure, a quest that brings us face to face with many of the island's strange inhabitants, and forces us to risk our lives, both on and in the sea. Help us find the treasure before this sun-drenched paradise turns deadly. In my next adventure, Ransom of the 7 Ships.
I like this music. Aw, too bad they didn't play this music like during the game. This would have been great. This is happy, fun music. And the game's kind of sad, spooky at night. Maybe Nancy's gonna get killed by a banshee. Maybe she won't. Yeah, the island is full of strange inhabitants, aka monkeys. What's wrong with Monkey Island? The monkeys make you do puzzles! Yay! Doodly 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 doo.